Ladies and gentlemen, I want to welcome you and welcome our sponsors today. Mutzing Class is main sponsor, represented by Patricia Garuka from Heineken, Bladilwa. Round of applause to her. We have Volkswagen, Nadej, she's here from Move, our sponsor also. A round of applause to her. And we have from a person who makes sure that we communicate very well and with quality and make sure that all our events are captured on selfies with very quality phone experience. Infinix, represented by Brian here on the panel. And of course, our performers for tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, we were precise this time in getting talent that is going to perform this February edition for Jazz Junction. And background is none other than having the greatest new breed on the continent and local, rising stars, aspirational, achievers, and at the same time, very multi-talented. Ladies and gentlemen, without question, trust me, you have seen Davis D. It is about the same time that we celebrate this talent and showcase it to the premium audience of Jazz Junction. Ladies and gentlemen, our presence here, Davis D, Shine Boy. And of course, there are the local artists that will be performing, and one of them is a special artist, visually impaired, but visionary empowered. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall be having a snip and do of the one and only Neo Bosco. We hope that he's here to join us today if he manages to come. But Neo Bosco will be showcasing at the Kigali Jazz Junction. And among others will be also Makumbi Sound, one of the jazz bands that has been performing for Kigali Jazz Junction for the last 3 years. Will be doing a 30-minute set of purely jazz. So jazz lovers, we got you. And then of course, we have net DJs to roll us out when we're called. And Neptune's band, of course, that is going to back up the one I'm here to introduce, and Davis D, and also doing their set. And ladies and gentlemen, last but not least is our guest, all the way from West Africa. A boy that has shined, a boy that is rising, hitting all your local airwaves and international airwaves, and all TV stations. Ladies and gentlemen, a grand nominee of so many awards and accolades, a rising star of Africa that we should recognize, that our local artists should look up to and wonder what has brought him on the continent and how does he do it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are privileged and humbled to have Joe Boy from Nigeria here with us. I can assure you that tomorrow is going to be a dancing day. We don't have time to sit, we don't have time to rest. We had a blast with Kassav, and it's time to turn the tables around and we kick some little bit of moves. So if you want to kick tomorrow, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that the day is tomorrow. Jazz Junction, tomorrow at Camp Kigali. Without further ado, let's have a word from our sponsors, then we shall hear from the artist, and then we shall have a Q&A, a few questions from you, and then we send the roll rolling. We thank you very much. I'll start with Nadej. Thank you. And it's about 10% discount to and from Kigali Jazz Junction. Anywhere you are, as long as you come into Camp Kigali, you'll be getting a special code and a special discount for you when you use Move. Don't drink and drive. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, over to our Brian from Infinix to give us a word.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Chinanga Brian. As usual, representing Infinix, the fastest growing smartphone on the planet. We're very delighted to be here once again with Joe Boy and our own local artist. About tomorrow with Infinix, we also want to tell you that with the Infinix Smart 5, Note 5 series, it's also going to be discounted at the Jazz Junction. We have usually small stands behind, and whoever wants to buy the Infinix Note 5, the latest smartphone with us, you will get the 10% discount. Thank you very much, and let's have fun tomorrow.
Thank you, Brian. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the Infinix has the wonderful, the most. I don't know if you need to, you know, this is the Infinix phone, and this is a 5.0, right? Now, with this 5.0, I only charge after 3 days. I don't know about you. I don't know how much a charger costs. So, I only see my charger after 3 days. Try it and you won't regret. About the images, you see the experience with RG. Images are epic. That's all about Infinix. Ladies and gentlemen, to our sponsor, the one that has rallied behind us for the last 4 years, 4.5 years, growing with us, and of course allowing us to give runners a premium platform where they can express themselves, the local stars, and also the audience that misses the international acts that we bring around every other month. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful, perfect, and of course, visionary, Blarira lady, senior brand manager, Patricia Karko.
Morning, everyone. Yeah, so as usual, we are always behind the Jazz Junction, mostly with the Mutsik brand, which is the mother brand of this. What you see here is just a line extension. It's Mutsik Plus, it's a lighter beer. It's really a brand for, it's a younger beer, let's just say. So we thought it would be perfect to sponsor this particular event with this brand. It's all about expressing your class, it's all about enjoyment, it's all about fun. And I think with the artists that we have lined up really reflect what the brand stands for. You've seen Joe Boy's videos, very animated, very interesting, very different. So that's what the brand is also about. It's a young, exciting, you know, classy brand. So, and of course, you get a chance to really experience this. There will be special promotions for that night. So, yeah.
All right, round of applause to Patricia. Mokanya, I'm going to invite our local artist. I've just told you a background about WSD. You've seen Mo rise, and let him give us what he is about to give us tomorrow in brief. Over to you, Davis.
Mambo vipi? Yuma. Ndabashimira mwese Shine Boy WSD. So nishimiye kuba ndi hano muri press conference ya Kigali Jazz Junction. So with my brother Joe Boy. So nice to meet you, bro. Yeah, man. So ejo ni byinshi tubafitiye, ni byinshi cyane tugomba kubahereza kandi byiza cyane. So byinshi musanzwe muzi kuri Shine Boy, no kubyina, no guparinga. So icyo nababwira cyo hazaba hari umuriro. So ni byinshi bya mbere ni harimo uburyo nzagaragara first of all ngera kuri stage. So nabyo ubwabyo imyambarire yanjye murayizi. So Shine Boy rero agomba kuba ari gushininga ejo. So party that.
All right, Shine Boy agomba gushininga. So we're gonna shine tomorrow. A round of applause to Davis Boy, ladies and gentlemen. And let me have the honor, and humbled, of course, to introduce the one and only Joe Boy, all the way from Nigeria to Kigali. You're welcome, brother.
Hello guys, good morning. I'm really excited to be here. Like Rwanda is a country I've always wanted to visit, because from I saw like how the country has grown so much. Like I study history a lot, so I saw the growth of the country and how beautiful it has become. So my first time performing, I'm excited. So come through tomorrow, Kigali Jazz Junction, pure and happy vibes. We're going to dance, we're going to have some fun. Good vibes, yeah.
All right, I'll ask Sel to help me distribute the microphone. We take some questions. You put up your hand, we take two questions at a time, or 3 questions at a time, and then you direct your question, you say your name, you read your house, and the question is going to. We have an average of 8 to 6 editions every year. There are months which we skip, literally, because one, there are lots of activities that are already pre-planned, and we may not be able to, to spread across, especially in terms of space and bookings. And then also we look at the seasons. The seasons that we usually do not have Jazz Junction, the seasons which are already packed up with entertainment. So we live, and most of our sponsors are also doing activities during that time and don't want to compete with your sponsor. So technically and strategically, we skip up those months and leave them to breathe. For January, of course, it's the start of the year. We are burnt out in December. The team also needs to take a holiday, and then we bounce back in February, and that's what we're doing. And I think we did an early bounce back with Kasav on Valentine, which was overwhelming, but still we didn't give up on the promise. We're still here doing the last Friday of the month, and I think the team deserves a round of applause. So, yeah, I know they are very, very, very fatigued and tired, but they are still doing this. Then
yes, so I know Rwanda has a lot of talented artists like byinshi and Boy, and I think the best thing for growth in any music industry, because at the end of the day, even the Nigerian music industry is growing. So I think the more music we put out, and we should always try to support our local artists too, by streaming their music and promoting them outside the country as much as we can. Like maybe we travel out, like Rwanda travel out to play their music at the club. Rwanda indicates outside Rwanda to play their music at other countries to have their music to go. Definitely.
yeah. Question number 2. Oh, 3.
Hey, my name is Cliffy Adon for RBA. My question goes to Joe Boy. How has it been working with Empower Africa, like the Mr. Easy project? How has it been, and how was it before it started, when you started, applications and everything, and how has it been, and how long do you have with Empower Africa?
Yeah, so before I met, or before I started working in Empower Africa, I was a student in the University of Lagos. I was just doing music as a hobby. And I posted my video on Instagram. Like, it just shows the power of social media. I posted my video on Instagram, and Mr. Easy saw the video, and he told me I wanted me to be on. He told me I wanted me to be on the Empower platform and all. So that's been really amazing. Like I've gotten to tour like a lot of countries, a lot of African countries, based on the promotion and distribution that Empower has actually helped with. Like I've been to Tanzania, Uganda, Rwanda, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Zambia, South Africa, like a lot of countries, and it's been really amazing. So Empower is like really one of the partners. Yeah.
Okay, yes, question number 3, then 4.
Gentlemen, my name is Kalisa Kobianga. I work for 550 Band Sounds Music. Ikibazo cya mbere kirajya kwa David icyo twavuga nka virusi iba mu bahanzi nyarwanda, kuba bakuzanira umusitari nk'uku n'intambwe imwe ku buryo abakwegereye, ariko hakaba hari ikintu cyo kuvuga niba ari ukubatinya, niba ari iki bakongera bakagenda byibura wenda nk'abahanzi b'abanyarwanda batabashe kubegera ngo bagire ibiganiro bakorana ku buryo bwo kwagura umuziki. Ese urabivuga iki? Ese twitege ko iyi chance ubonyeho kuba wegereye umuhanzi uri international nk'uyu, twitegemo umusaruro wundi after the jazz? Yeah.
Yes, ibyo ngibyo koko byakunze kugaragara inshuro nyinshi, ariko ndakeka ari mu myaka yashize, mu myaka yabanjije byari bigoye cyane ko aba-organizer b'igitaramo bashobora guhuza umuhanzi waje uturutse hanze ndetse n'uwo basanze mu gihugu. So ugasanga niho hari ikibazo. Ntabwo ikibazo cyabaga kiri ku muhanzi direct, ahubwo ikibazo cyabaga kiri ku bantu babahuje. So niho hakundaga kubamo inzitizi. So ariko ubu ntabwo ariko bikimeze. Rwanda rumaze gutera imbere, rumaze kugira imiziki hajya kuri platform zose zo muri Afrika, kandi zikabasha kuba zahangana n'izindi, zabasha kuba ziri ku rwego rumwe n'izindi. So ikindi kandi noneho n'aba-organizer bacu bakora ama big event nk'aya ngaya nka Jazz Junction, so bamaze kumenya agaciro k'umuhanzi wabo ku buryo kuba bamuzana na Joe Boy ari ibintu bitagoye. Ntabwo ari uburyo bumeze nk'uko kera byari bimeze, umuntu abonana n'umuhanzi ari gusohoka undi agenda. So umunsi dufite byinshi byo kuganiraho, so maybe hari icyo twakora.
My second question goes to Joe Boy. Joe Boy, I have a question which how the term and duration to be collaborate with the other artists in Africa anyway.
Coming in.
Term and duration, you, for example, you apply or to be the collaboration with the other,
or like how soon will I collaborate with other African artists? Conditions.
yeah,
Conditions. Time and conditions. Oh, sorry. Yeah, time and conditions. Well, basically, my team we are very flexible. So as long as we like the song and there's like an okay promotional plan, I'm down to work.
Did you hear that? He asked what are the terms and conditions? Just say it again.
Yeah. So terms and conditions to work for a collab. As long as we like the song, I and my team we like the song and it's approved, I'm definitely down to work.
Yeah, the condition was as long as there is a promotional plan. So the local artist, this goes back to you. We always bring international artists and then you sit back. They are ready to work, but do you have a promotional plan? Do you have a plan? Because I know you got the talent, we know you got the great producers, we know you've got good songwriters, but the fact is, do you have a plan? That's the question. I think it's a challenge we need to have for our local artists because this platform is to connect both energies. Now, the next step is about the locals and how they collaborate with others. It's a good question. Next.
Thank you so much. My name is Jason. I'm a journalist at Rwanda Paparazzi. So my first question goes to Shani Boy. Shani Boy, uri umuhanzi nyarwanda yemeza ko ushoboye cyane, ariko uyu munsi yagiye kuri Rwanda mu Jazz Junction. Shaka kugira ngo uri kuvuge ko wowe wereke Joe Boy ko uri umuhanzi kabisa, man mutondagura kabisa. Shaka kugira ngo wereke ko man nabo gonje ufite urwego ushoboye kubika akavuga. Ikibazo cya kabiri kirajya kuri uhagarariye move. Ndashaka kugira ngo dusobanurire abanyarwanda ise ziriya modoka zibatwara mu buhe buryo, zibavana mu rugo zibajyana aho hazaba igitaramo ubuhe. Nshaka kugira ngo dusobanurire abanyarwanda ibyo bizajya.
Icyo nakubwira cyo ibihangano ni byinshi kandi bimaze kugera kure nk'uko uri kubivuga Shine Boy, kandi swag ze wenyine ziragaragara, n'ubu ngubu uri kuzibona, uracyari kuri kuzibona. Dufite byinshi turi buze gukorera mu gikari, turi buze guhurira muri repetition, turi buze kugira umwanya wo kugira ngo yumve indirimbo zanjye nanjye numve ziwe, cyane cyane ko inyinshi ziwe nziza. So turagira umwanya wo kumva Dede hamwe na Bebe nta kibazo.
Murakoze. Ziriya modoka zacu za Move, ubundi dufite app yitwa Move by Volkswagen, uyibona muri Google Store cyangwa Apple Store, ukandika ukienregistra, warangiza bikwereka steps, warangiza ugashyiraho ahantu iyo ugiye ukanda aho ugiye kuri Jazz Junction, bakakwereka uburyo ushobora kwishyura. Ahantu hari voucher, ugahita wandika Jazz Junction 2020, noneho amafaranga agahita agabanuka. Tumaze umwaka ngira ngo dukora iyo service, and twasanze hari igihe mu mugira ikibazo nyine umuntu telefone usanga internet yashize cyangwa ibindi, so nibwo twatangiye twagize call center, uhamagara 10 ukababwira ko ugiye kuri Jazz Junction, amafaranga uri wishyure tugahita dukuraho 10%. So imodoka zacu ni nshya, abashoferi buri munsi turabakangurira gutanga customer care nziza, so turizera ko nabo muzitabira igitaramo. Kandi murabizi ko hari kampani twagiraho amahoro, so twe tuvugagiraho amahoro namwe, so mushaka gufata meeting mugataha ufite imodoka isige nta kibazo, imodoka zizaba zihari. Murakoze.
Yeah, it's a well thought out plan, like she's saying. First of all, the campaign is clear. Gerardo Amahoro, you know? So there is no need to drive your car. Just get a move. If you don't have, even if you don't have data, you can make a call on your Infinix 1010 customer care. Tell them where you are. That move will move to you, and then it will move you to Jazz Junction, and you get a discount. Have as much missing responsibly as possible. Get back in the move. The move will move you to the after party. The after party, get enjoyed at voltage, and after voltage, say move. The move will move you to your home. You know, safely. So it's a whole thought out plan. So don't even think of you know, spending a lot, because Munson class is very affordable at Jazz Junction. Move is going to be very affordable to move you, and everything is going to be kawa. You know, Shine Boy and Joe Boy doing Dede and Bebe. What else do you need? Okay, yes, another question there.
Hi, my name is Kamanzi Natasha. I'm from Kigali today.
The only female journalist in the house. A round of applause. This is empowerment, guys. We need to encourage. We've not had this, so a round of applause to Nadesh.
Natasha.
Natasha. Oh, I'm influenced. Sorry, continue.
No, this is for Joe Boy. Joe Boy, you've seen your videos. They're animated, and then if you look at the views on YouTube, they're way high on the animated videos than the, you know, the usual one. Is it a kind of signature you're going to use throughout, or you're going to slip into the usual everybody?
Maybe I might pause on animations for a while, so that people don't get too used to it and feel like that's the only means of promotion for my music. So maybe like I'll give it a break, and after a couple of months, start with animations again. But I always like my animations to be well planned, with a very good storyline. So once you watch the first one, like it merges with the second one or the next one, so it's like a series. So you actually have to plan ahead. So right now there might not be animations, just official video. Yeah.
And the other thing is, you say that you rose up to fame because of social media.
Yeah.
Do you think it's a is it a reliable thing to be like, you know, everybody can rise up to fame because of social media? Is it a recommendable thing?
I believe like social media is still like the cheapest and most effective way of promotion of your brand or any product you're selling, because this is like social media age. Everybody has a phone. Almost like most people are connected to the internet, so I think it's an easier way to actually get your message across or your product across. So I think it's a very, very important factor in promotion, not just music, in business. So, yeah.
How about the reliability of it?
The reliability, it is actually very reliable. It's actually very reliable. Like from where I'm from, it's actually very reliable. Like I've seen so many artists, like so many Nigerian artists that actually like rose up to fame through social media. But I don't think you should put all your eggs in one basket. But you can't deny the fact that social media is a very, very important factor in promotion right now.
Yes. There's a journalist here. The question here. We shall take two more after him. Any other? There's one here. The last one. There. All right.
Good morning. So I'm Cordy Desiree. I'm journalist at Idoma News. So I want to ask my questions from the KIGALI JAZZ organizer. So, we know that this is an event in 2020 that is organized by KIGALI JAZZ. So I want to ask what the innovation or the things that introduced as new things in 2020, or what things the people could expect.
Well, it's a very, very tactical question. For sure, you don't want us to preempt what we are having, but we can promise you that 2020 is a milestone year as far as Rwanda is concerned, because we had a vision 2020, and we are here. So as organizers of Jazz Junction, we are very, very, very much aware of this being a climax of that journey. And the campaign still goes on, which means that this is a year that the Lord has made, and therefore we're going to rise the bar. So you saw how we started with Valentine. It was a big thing with Kasav. So Shine Boy is in the house, is a big thing in the house. With, of course, Job Boy is a big thing in the house. So watch out for March. You don't want to know. And then, of course, the journey continues. But 2020, I can promise you, is going to be a very exciting year for us. It's going to be a very exciting year for our fans out there, the jazz lovers, the music lovers, those who want to experience the products of our sponsors. It's going to be an experience. And it's going to go down in history as one of the years that really was a landmark in our journey. Because we are also marking 5 years this year. So have no doubt that it's going to be a notch higher. In terms of production, we've made improvements. We started out in Serena, if you remember. We just had almost a cassette, and our stage were just tables. We were using tables as our stage. Today, when you look at the production, it's totally different. It's top notch. One of the top notch productions that you can have on any other concert, international concerts. So that's why actually all these international artists, when they go to our pages, they're like, we are in, because we know what we're doing. So we're putting world-class with world-class brands, with world-class performance, and world-class organization. So definitely, it's going to be a landmark here. Thank you.
Thank you.
From abroad and grow this industry, it starts with us, and that's what we started. We started with nothing, and we are going, and we are moving, regardless of the negativity. So, yes, a lot has changed, and a lot is to change. That, fourth but not least, after Jazz Junction doing every other last month of the year, every other month of the year, now we have Seka Live, which is happening every last Sunday of the month. It is because of the concept of Jazz Junction. And we are in collaboration with other nations to build that. What does that tell you? Now, if you have a plan for Friday, you can now have a plan for a month for comedy on Sunday. And what does that mean? That many comedians are having something to do. They are showcasing their work. The sound guys are staging. The hotels are selling. The movie is moving. Mutsing is moving. Infinix is showcasing. You are also Orimokazi. You understand? So if we get more of this, the more we go, it's usually a multiplication factor. So we get to inspire, be inspired, and inspire others to do something, and that's what we do. So if you're not seeing the changes, then I think you just landed in Rwanda.
Thank you. I'm Emarito Morezi from LFM. My question goes to sponsors. It has seen that many companies are not interested in sponsoring this kind of events. And I do believe that RG Consult is one of the examples that we can give out that has promoted the entertainment industry here in Rwanda. Based on the international artists that we've seen. So my question, and I also want to even thank you so much for your supporters here. When you're here, that shows that at least you're encouraging others to do their part, to play their part, their role. But I want to know if the question is, the event organizers are not professional enough in the music industry, in the entertainment industry. Is it the reason to why some companies are not interested? Or is it because you don't meet your expectations when it comes to the results? Thank you. Maybe mood sync and help and influence? Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think the music brand is one of the brands that has been behind sponsorships for the longest time. One of the biggest things we actually sponsored that pushed our brand to the highest level was Stromae. If you remember that show, it took our brand from the second biggest to the biggest brand in the portfolio. So we know the value of sponsorships. Sponsorships basically give you visibility. Every brand needs to be visible. And I really would encourage some of the big brands in our market to take part of it, or those that want to grow, to actually get into sponsorship. It's not just for nothing. It does grow brands. So, but I know some of the challenges that most companies have, of course, have this budget, and sometimes it also depends on what the event is about. If it doesn't build your brand, then you can't sponsor it. For us, music, our brands are all about enjoyment. So we definitely have to come behind the music. If you see Primus, Guma Guma, it's all about promoting the local artists and doing big things. Yeah? So because of the line of our business, it makes sense for us to do this. But of course, some companies will have to question whether supporting a musician or an event like this is good enough for their brand. Yeah? So it depends on your strategy and it depends on what you want to achieve.
That's a very good question. I remember we started last year and we were thinking what's the only event that was consistent and that always showcased was the KIGALI Jazz Junction. So as soon as we started, there was no other event that we felt it was aligned with our brand move. And one of the things I can say, we can see that every time we have the Jazz Junction, that's when we have our highest revenues. So I guess it depends on the target audience, because our clients that use Move, they move between, let's say, 60 yen to like 1 yen, especially on the weekend. So for an event like that, it makes sense for our brand to talk more. So it's really about the angle. But when it comes to Jazz Junction, I can only say that they've always been more than professional from our experience and very organized. That's something I think.
Thank you. I remember this evenings also when we started and showcasing our products. Initially, it wasn't really about showcasing our products. Initially, we thought we would work with the KIGALI Jazz Junction in the sense of giving back to clients. We looked at the crowds that come to the Jazz Junction as a classic crowd, and we thought we need to give back to our clients. So we had other ways of how we're giving back to our clients. We offered discounts, we offered very many things, but along the way, we realized that KIGALI Jazz Junction was actually showcasing Efinix, and Efinix was growing as fast as possible. We decided to stick with these guys, and it is actually the only event that we usually sponsor, but we do that for a reason. We think it's only the best place we can showcase our products.
Yeah, just to supplement on Anita's submission, I think we started from nowhere, and we are not saying that we are somewhere. I mean, we are the highest notch. Our partners also know that their input is good, but it is not the ultimate that we would aspire for. This therefore goes the message to others, because they can only do much. But if we encourage others to come on board on different platforms, doesn't have to be just Junction, But also there is a challenge when it comes to us, people who are working in this industry as organizers or promoters. There is a lot of vibe where people think that fighting each other or dividing or rivaling each other can get them momentum. I don't think that notch works, especially for an industry which is as young as this one. Actually, unity and synergies are the ones that win the hearts of these people. Unity and synergies. Because when you are united, when you are working together, when you have relationship, you can relate, you understand? You speak the same language. And once you speak the same language, they will not have difficulty spending, because they will be knowing that their money and the value of the money they are putting is safe. But once you have those undertones that are coming, no, don't sponsor that one, that one is not that one is this one is that. They get confused whether you're serious exactly and whether their brands are safe. So my message out there is, let us as promoters, as organizers, as event promoters and music promoters, even music managers, think beyond self. Think for the industry. Think for, putting a seed where you want to reap. Put a seed where you want to reap. Our collaborations with Earth Nation, we could call ourselves that we're competitors in business as far as agency is concerned, but we have common agenda. And the common agenda is inspirational. So that's why you saw the energies on Kassav were massive. Okay, so the energies that is growing with Sekalai is massive. It's because we understand the concept of the visionary of where we want to take the industry. So if you have also other people coming together, working together, collaborating together, these people have money. They'll release the money. And once we have those undertones, trust me, it will be hard for them to do so. So it also goes back to us. But also, we're saying, advocacy, pull up the source. We can do much more. We can do much more. Trust us with the resources, we can do much more. And that's what has been set as an agenda for this country is that the country, everyone has eyes on Rwanda. Now, if eyes are on Rwanda, what is it that we're doing as an industry to contribute to that, to prove people that actually Rwanda deserves where it needs to be as far as entertainment is concerned? That is why we need their support. And I think we are changing the perception. Let's keep teaching, let's keep engaging. I think we will get there with time. We are not where Nigeria is, we are not where Nairobi is or South Africa, but we will get there. We believe we'll get there. So, thank you. So, one last question. This is the last one, and then we can close. Yes.